A warm welcome to Breeding to Win this Sunday evening. What a show we've got in store for you. We've got a highlights package from the recent CTS Cape Premier Yearling Sale. A lot of highs, quite a few interesting moments there as well, some great international participation. But overall, sale not possibly as strong as many people were hoping for. But in saying that, some big prices, some big money going around as well. We also catch up with Snaith Racing as they visit the beach. And we also take a look at the highlights from the recent Sun Met race day. What a race day that was. A whole host of feature races, including Group 1s. It was a fantastic day had by all. We also catch up with Jacques Charles, who tells us a little bit more about the recent and upcoming CRT mix sale. 89 horses are catalogued for that, and there's also a supplementary catalogue currently being put together. We also chat to Justin Vermaak about new stallion prospect in Horizon. He's a beautifully bred individual, and Justin Vermaak tells us more. And then we wrap up the show with another stallion profile from John Freeman. So that's in store for us tonight. Let's go straight now to the highlights package from the recent CTS Cape Premier Yearling Sale.
As expected, it's been a busy week for all. The horses arrived at the convention centre last Sunday and viewing began Sunday evening. The week's festivities started with an evening at Manos in Greenpoint. Well attended, drinks flowed, and as always, the food was good. Great to see so many local and international faces in town. Manos is a fantastic venue. There's always a really good vibe there. You're wonderfully looked after, and I think everyone went away having had a fabulous evening. The CTS cocktail party on Tuesday was a very special event indeed, held this year at the Nasdaq building in Cape Town, providing an exquisite view of our beautiful city. Once again, greatly attended by local and international guests, superb food and drinks, and spectacular photo opportunities of Cape Town by night.
When I look around this room and I see so many familiar faces and so many friends, and when I consider that there's 14 countries represented in attendance of this sale, at least 14. I may have missed a few small ones. Then I feel really grateful to be part of not only the South African thoroughbred industry, but the international thoroughbred industry. And I think South Africa is taking steps forward every year and becoming a bigger player in the international thoroughbred industry.
The 2019 Cape Premier Yearling Sale at the Convention Centre kicked off at 2 p.m. on the Wednesday, giving everyone time to recover from the night before and go through their shortlists. Once again, CTS put on a wonderful event, good food and beverages, a great attendance, and by all accounts, a good sale was had by all.
For Marshall bought lot 43, a lovely Captain L. Colton is with me now. Vaughan, the Captain L family are very special to you. It's lovely to pick up this smashing colt today.
Yeah, I thought he was a very nice colt, Fee, and very fortunate to Ken and Jane Truter bought him for me, and I'm just hoping that he fulfills our promise.
It's very sad to see the last of the Captain L, so it's great to have one.
It's been a lovely ride, and thanks to him, it's been a great ride.
Mick Flanagan's here from overseas, and he's bought one of the top lots on today's sale, lot 23. She was a pretty special filly by Uncle Mo, and Mick is with me now. She was an immaculate filly to look at.
Beautiful filly, and she's obviously by a sire who we're very familiar with, Uncle Mo. In America, he's a fantastic stallion. He gets stakes winners every weekend. She'll stay in training in South Africa, and if she proves any good, I guess we have the option of taking her stateside.
It's always lovely to see Amanda Skiffington in Cape Town at this time of year, and she's been very busy at this afternoon's sale, purchasing the top lot so far for 2.2 million. Well done, Amanda.
Thank you. It's lovely. I bought 4 of the 5 I wanted to buy, so I'm very happy.
That's fantastic. And the top lot so far has gone for 2.2 million, and that's a lovely, lovely Captain L colt.
He was. I've never bought a Captain L before, so better late than never, I hope.
Well, it is the end of the line for Captain L, and he's been very, very successful, so best of luck with him.
Thank you very much.
Well, we spoke to Badger Pritchard Gordon earlier in the year because, of course, he was here in Cape Town helping with the selections of the yearlings for today's sale, and it's lovely to have Badger on the show once again. Badger, lovely to see you here.
Lovely to be back again.
The horses look fantastic today. Really, really nice bunch of horses in this catalogue. Some of them are selling quite well, one or two not so well.
Well, a bit like the rest of the world, it's a little bit polarised. The rest of the world, the really nice horses are selling well, and the lesser ones is not such a good business for them. But there's been some very good international action, which is nice, and that's very encouraging. To have this sale down here with international action is where everyone wants to come and buy.
Yeah, absolutely. The top lot for 2.2 million went to Amanda Skivington, and that's a fantastic Captain L colt. And you've managed to purchase a lovely filly by Frankel.
Yeah, well, there are not many Frankels down this part of the world, and I'm very thrilled. A lovely filly, very racy filly. You'll probably see her quite early.
Anthony Stroud is no stranger to Cape Town, and he's just got the new sales topper, a beautiful Captain L filly. Well done, Anthony. That was a great purchase.
Thank you very much. She was a lovely filly and delighted to be able to buy her and be here.
Went for a lot of money at 4 million. It's our sales topper so far.
Yeah, well, let's hope she works out. She's got the pedigree, and you know she's going to an excellent trainer, so she's got all the credentials to be a very good filly. You know,
Last of the Captain L's, and we know how good he's been, and it's wonderful to have one.
well, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, great to have a filly by Captain Al at this stage.
It's a great sale, isn't it? The hospitality and everything is really well put together.
No, I mean, it's fantastic. The people are fantastic. The horses are great. I mean, it's a fantastic venue, and it's a real privilege and an honour to be here, having been to all sorts of sales all over the world. Cape Town's a special place.
Peter Doyle is with me now. He's another regular to this sale and out here this time of year, and he's been very, very busy at this afternoon's sale, and he got a lovely purchase in lot 1, 2, 3 for 1.2 million, a fantastic Futura colt. Lovely Futura.
A very nice colt by Futura. Really, really liked him, and we bought him for a nice partnership for Ireland and here.
And he'll stay here.
He'll be trained here by Justice Nate.
Fantastic, and you've been very busy this afternoon. You've bought another elusive fort and probably got some more shopping to do.
Yeah, elusive fort is for Brett Crawford, and the Futura is for Diane Nagel and a few friends, and to go to Justice Nate.
Nick Johnson must be getting very nervous for the Met, but he's having a busy afternoon here at the sales, having bought a couple of nice horses. And Nick, you've just bought one for 3.2, a lovely Duke of Marmalade.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly, Fee. I bought her with a friend from England called Bjorn Nielsen. He's a big owner in England, and he's here for the first time, so we bought two together today.
Fantastic. It's been a great catalogue, some lovely individuals.
Yes, they are very nice. Yeah, you know, there's no rule that you have to buy horses. If you love them, it's worth having a go.
John Costa had a large draft on today's sale, and it's been a very up and down sale, but he has gone away with the top lot of 4 million. Well done, John.
Thank you, Fee.
It has been a very up and down sale on the whole, hasn't it?
It has. The good horses, as usual around the world, are actually the easier ones to sell. And, you know, it's at the middle market again. You know, we keep complaining about the middle market, but it's a reality.
But you've had one or two of the top prices today.
Yeah, no, we've done exceptionally well from that point of view. I think we're taking home a few, but they will get a second chance again. And you know, once again, we have to thank the international guys really came to the fore. You know, I saw a number of them running around, phoning friends overseas, and really trying their best to help us out in South Africa. And you know, we're truly grateful for that.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic having the international buyers here, and it's been a sad afternoon for you, obviously, with the Captain L selling, but they've been very popular.
No, they've been extremely popular. Very sad, especially to sell the big filly, but you know, to Bjorn Nielsen and Anthony Stroud and the Snaith boys, I just really sincerely hope that she does them extremely proud, and I know in the future she's going to be a great broodmare to have at stud.
Captain L going out with a bang, being the top lot on the sale.
No, he has, and you know, we're going to miss him greatly. He's always been an integral part of our lives, but you know, life goes on, and his daughters are around, so we'll be collecting as many of them as we can.
Well done to you and all the team. It's been a long week, hard work for everyone behind the scenes as well.
No, Fee, you know, I've got an amazing team of people. They always a smile on their faces. They're always ready to help everybody. and they really work. They work extreme hours, and I'm extremely grateful to them. And I'm grateful as well to all our South African trainers and owners who've come out to support the sale. Yeah, we look forward to the next one.
Well done to you. Top job. Now you can go away and relax a little bit.
Thanks, Fee, and thanks as well to CTS. I think they've done everything in their power to get the people here, and they've really run a superb sale once again.
Well, Vian Smith is with me now, and I'm sure he's breathing a sigh of relief because the sale is over. A little bit of an up and down sale, but the top lot went for 4 million, and you can't be too despondent. There were some top prices today. Vian, how do you feel about the sale?
Yeah, I think it was good without being wonderful, and just going around chatting to vendors and breeders, everyone's relatively happy. So I think it was a good sale overall. It was a real sale. On the real positives, there was a very wide buying bench, and some incredible international support. I've got to thank the international visitors that come down here and support our industry to the extent that they do. So that's certainly a real positive, and onwards and upwards.
It was certainly a strong catalogue. There were some lovely looking individuals, and watching around the room this afternoon, the vibe was good. And as you said, international buyers here and the locals, it was a great vibe.
Yeah, the vibe really was good, and the vibe remained good, throughout the day. And as I said, I've spoken to a number of breeders now, and everyone seems pretty happy. I think maybe we kind of created some maybe over expectation almost, because the vibe was so good before the sale. And in reality, we still haven't looked at the final numbers, but the average is going to be somewhere around 450,000 rand, and that's that's good in current economic times. That's you've got to be happy with that.
Well, I've done quite a few interviews this afternoon, and especially some of the international buyers have gone away very happy, and they've got what they wanted, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, we've got to we've got clients on both sides. We've got to keep vendors happy, and I think we've done that, and we've got to keep buyers happy, and I think we certainly have done that. Buyers were able to buy some excellent pedigrees and some beautiful looking horses for real value for money, and just going on stats from what's been achieved in the past, a big proportion of these horses are going to end up being stakes winners. So at the end of the day, we've got happiness on both sides of the line.
Well, you've done a fantastic job. It's been a very, very busy week, but the feedback for everything that's gone on, all the functions and the cocktail party last night, was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it was. It really is. It's a great week, and a lot of work goes into doing a sale like this, and I must commend my team again on a really good job. I think this week is a real advert for the South African racing product, and for just for South Africa in general, and for Cape Town specifically. And it's been really good, and it's been lovely to be part of it.
Congratulations to you and all your team. Job done.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Vian.
One has to admire all the marketing efforts, all the work that goes in behind the scenes at Snaith Racing. And they've got another event coming up this week. They've got their beach breakfast, which is a highlight for many of our international visitors. And we certainly think that it's going to be a fantastic day out as well. A great opportunity to get to see the horses on the beach, and a great day out with friends, family, and a nice social side to racing. Let's catch up with Fee Ramsden.
We've just spent a lovely morning on the beach with Justin Snaith and his string. Of course, it's the Met tomorrow. Very, very busy day ahead, and it's lovely to have Justin with us on the show on the busiest time of his year. Justin, lovely to have you on the show, and what a fantastic morning we've had on the beach.
No, great, thanks. A pity we couldn't calm the wind down, but comes with Cape Town.
Yeah, it was a very windy morning, but you're a regular at the beach, and the benefits to these horses, it's really become part of the recipe for success, hasn't it, with these racehorses?
Without a doubt. I always remembered growing up with my father. He trained on the beach every day, and in the old days, the Milnerton trainers used to go down to the Atlantic, and all of a sudden they stopped doing it for probably a decade. And I decided, well, I think that's the way I want to train and take advantage of it. At the time, some of the tracks weren't as good as they used to be, as I said, about 10 years ago. And I thought, well, we can use the beach as a tool of rejuvenating a horse. And, just if they had any little nicks or a slight swelling, nothing like the beach took it away. It is just the most incredible opportunity, and so glad that we started. And it seems that everyone's cotton on.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the salt seawater being extremely good for the joints, for a horse's mind, I've watched these horses go to the beach, and they've gone from a very busy racing yard to the beach, and they look so relaxed. They absolutely love it.
I mean, I could take a horse from you take a horse to the races, and it's absolutely, it doesn't like the environment. It sweats up, just the float drive. By the time they get to the races, they've already done their race. I take a horse like that to the beach, and after a while, going to the beach once a week, eventually when it does go to the races, it just arrives with a better mind, more relaxed. And as I said, the most difficult horses in racing, I'll bring to the beach, and you'll ride them on a buckle. So I mean, you rode Star Chestnut today. I don't remember long ago, Durnville Racecourse, he was running loose. So, but probably a more substantial rider on him today.
No, it was a wonderful ride, thank you very much. But as I said, it's all part of the recipe. A happy horse, a sound horse that you're taking to the course, and of course you do all your other work at home, but it's a great combination.
It is. In the old days, my father, when he had Flaming Rock, he used to take him down to the beach when we were at Clarewood. So we did it there as well. I'll never forget. When I took my first few strings to the beach, we went to near Isipingo, but unfortunately in Natal the waves crash quite hard on the beach, and it's quite a drop. So, but I'd love to still one day be able to take my horses maybe to Mhlongo somewhere and have all the public see them on the beach, the July runners. So. It's something that I would like to try get right.
And it was lovely this morning because you've got lots of international visitors and media, which are all going to enjoy a lovely breakfast now. But last week, you had the big guns at the beach. You had Do It Again, you had O Susanna, they were all at the beach. And of course, Miss South Africa was there as well. But it's wonderful. Those big horses, they've had a nice, relaxing build up to the big day.
Look, it was nervous times. I don't think we've ever put a float together that was that valuable. I mean, you're talking horses they just, not just because they're running on Saturday, they're the best that South Africa has. And but it's worth the risk. They were so good the next day on the Saturday when we did a bit of fast work. They just mentally, soundness, everything, even their coats, to roll in sand that's so salty, everything about it is so good for a horse. And you've seen other provinces and people around the world try replicate what the beach does for these horses, that spa baths and everything like that, but you just can't replicate it. I'm sorry, you can try come up with all these ideas, but it's just there's just something about it that works.
Yeah, happy, healthy horses, and lovely to see your daughter aboard as well at such a young age.
Yeah, look, she's I hope she doesn't become too obsessive, but she loves horses, and look, it's in her blood. There's nothing you can take away when a love of a horse is in your heritage. You unfortunately it's stuck. So it's something that I will certainly encourage.
Exactly, expensive, but it's a good one. And as a trainer, it's been a really, really busy week, obviously with the build-up to the Met, and of course sales. And it's been a good week for you. Look,
I think we've cottoned on to the idea. We were slow. I think it should have been done years ago, but we've got the right people in the right places at the moment in the industry. It's such an amazing week, and it should be. I mean, if you go to the Melbourne Cup, there'll be a run into the whole week of the race, and we getting to a level now which I think we're going to be on an international level where people can, we are, and let me not say we are. People can come out here and bring friends, bring other people that are in the racing industry, and actually be confident that there'll be a good show. You know, there's nothing worse than taking someone to a race course and there's 5 people there, and then these people think, well, why are you coming here? So the same thing with everything about this whole week and Cape racing is that South African racing can be proud that there are people coming here who are the biggest in their industry in overseas, in the UK, in America, Hong Kong, everywhere, and come here and say, wow, I could happily invest in a racehorse here in South Africa, and I think we are there, and this is just showcasing that, I mean, the people that were at the Cape Thoroughbred sales, it's amazing. I mean, you've got Mick Shanahan, you've got, I mean, that's just one of many international agents. It's just crazy where we've gone to. And it hasn't been long. If you take a few years ago into where we are now, I mean, even just looking at the Sun Met draw, I can remember the days where the board used to fall over and it was a shambles, to where we are now. It's just, you know, we're in the right direction, and you know, we're just very fortunate. The team we have, you've got John Freeman, my brother, you know, everybody, we taking it to a level that we think we're comfortable with, and it's just, I'm hoping that everyone's going to follow.
Yeah, things certainly seem to be heading in the right direction. Well, thank you very much for having us this morning. Best of luck tomorrow. Really, really exciting day with lots of runners, and looking forward to seeing you on course.
Excellent, thanks very much.
Always lovely to have Justin Snaith on the show. It's a very, very big day for Justin tomorrow, and we hope to see him in our highlights package from Met Day. We caught up with Jacques Charles from Central Route Trading earlier in the month regarding the mixed sale that's happening on the 8th of February here in Cape Town, and it's lovely to have Jacques on the show again today to give us a little bit of an update on that sale. Jacques, welcome.
Thank you, Fee. Thanks for having me as always.
And the sale has been greatly supported, hasn't it? There looks to be over 80 entries, and you're still expecting a few supplementaries.
Yeah, Fee, we're very excited. There's 84 official entries. We in print with a catalogue. And as we speak, there's a few supplementaries coming in, so we'll close the door for that tomorrow or Friday, and then we'll have that in print as well.
I've had a little look at the catalogue so far, and it looks like a good catalogue. You've got some lovely pedigrees, and you've got some great vendors.
Yeah, look, it's from some of the bigger farms are all supporting. Obviously, the Wiley Hall Breeding Syndicate, so there's plenty of Wiley Halls. First runner, first winner, so good time to get in. And a nice spread across all the sires, you know, so there's definitely something for everyone, from yearlings right through to broodmares.
Yeah, we chatted to John Freeman and Oscar Folks about Wiley Hall last month as well, and you know, he's doing really, really well, so that's something to get excited about. There's lots on the sale. Yes,
then definitely, and you know, the syndicate did well to support him, like you have to do with a new sire, and you know, the runners are on the ground now, so we'll see the results, and hopefully, you know, you've got time to get in.
What I love about this sale is there's something for everyone. There's some fantastic mares on the sale, there's some wonderful youngsters, and of course we've got some horses in training as well.
Yes, look, we're trying to create a platform for trading horses and for giving vendors an opportunity to trade where it's not coming at a high cost. It's not coming at a, where you have to sell a horse for a big price just to break even. So, and with this, we are getting the mixed entries, which makes it nice for everyone. So we've got the breeders that come to the sales, we've got the people to race, and the trainers also enjoy coming.
And sadly, we lost Chris Gerber earlier in the year, but again, it's an opportunity for some of his decent stock to be sold on a sale like this.
Yeah, look, it's obviously tragic that we lost Chris. What a great guy to the industry. There's two nice, four of his 2-year-olds that currently in training but unraced. Very excited to have them on the draft, and we're excited about those.
And it's going to be a good sale because it comes at a good time, just after the Cape Premier yearling sale. There'll be a few people out there that didn't manage to purchase, and they'll be looking for something to work with.
Yes, we hope so, and we've still got a lot of visitors in Cape Town, and they're going to be around until March, I believe, so hopefully we can entice them to come and have a look and see what else there is on offer.
Well done to you and all the team, because it really looks like you've put together a nice catalogue, and the sale will be at Durbanville Racecourse. The catalogue's not finalised yet, but you're looking to start at about 2 o'clock?
Yes, so 2 o'clock on Friday, the 8th of February, that's the sale. Viewing from early morning. The mares with foals at foot will bring the day before, just so that they can settle in a bit. And I'm sure there will be a good social afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've spoke about it before, but so far Central Route Trading has been a success, and some really good horses have come off the sale and gone on to win. Yeah,
we've been fortunate. The results have been good, and it's always been well supported. It's always been a broad band of buyers, which from a vendor perspective, that's what you want. And from an auction perspective and a company perspective, we're very happy with the way it's been going.
One of the smartest yearlings ever consigned through one of the sales rings here in South Africa was Horizon. Bought at a very big price from the farmer who was a buffalo farmer up in the Northwest Province and raced very well with Candice Robinson. That is Horizon. He's now been syndicated. He's going to stud. He's going to be standing at David Hepburn Brown's Himmel and Arde stud. And Justin Vermaak tells us more.
Horizon is a horse you will all be familiar with. He was in training with Candice Bass Robinson, and Justin Vermaak is here with me this morning because he is selling shares in Horizon, who will be standing at stud at Himmel and Arde. Justin, always lovely to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks very much, and quite excited to be associated with this horse again.
Well, Horizon, he was a grade 1 and grade 3 performer. He probably didn't win a big race. He did obviously win the Politician Stakes, but he was always highly thought of as a decent horse.
Yeah, of course. Look, when a horse is going to stud, you always, the first thing you're looking at is the pedigree of the horse, the actual specimen, and then his racing performance as well. And he ticks those first two boxes on paper, and the one box he quite doesn't tick in terms of becoming a successful stallion. Historically, obviously, Group 1 winners are the horses that make it at stud in a big way. In saying that, I Am Invincible is one of the big stallions in Australia at the moment, and I think he only won a Group 3. And there's no doubt, especially if you're speaking to Candice Bass and Mark Bass, they always alluded to the fact early on that he was a horse that was going to go through to the Derby and be a real proper weight for age Group 1 horse. And keeping him an end tire just unfortunately didn't get him to fulfill his full potential on the racetrack. We saw it in snatches, and so I think he has that Group 1 potential there. We just didn't see it. So with the type of horse that he is, and with the outstanding pedigree that he has, he's worth taking a shot at stud, and he'll appeal to a lot of breeders.
Well, he won the Politician Stakes, and of course he ran in the Daily News just behind Edict of Nantes, who we know has gone on to do wonderful things.
Yeah, look, the Politician Stakes it's only a Group 3, but when you look at it historically, it's the Cape Derby trial, and you get exactly the same horses running for Group 1 status 3 weeks later, as we see with this year's one. You know, all the Politician Stakes horses are now looking to fight out the Cape Derby, and they'll get their Group 1 black types. So he won a very good race that day, beating some imported horses that were owned by Marcus Jooster. And then obviously his third in the Group 1 Daily News was a good performance. He ran in behind Edict of Nantes, who's been exported to Hong Kong, and El Sahem, who went to Dubai, and he raced with Distinguished there against Good Company. They were both Group 1 winners going into that race. And he then went out of the Daily News into the Vodacom Durban July, and he got traffic problems and was absolutely flying, and he got beat half a length. So that athletic ability is definitely there. And then obviously one of our talking points of the horse is how the breeders in South Africa are really clamouring to get to the great sons of Dynasty and Silvano at stud. Now Futura and Vercingetorix, and we've seen sales prices, they've been so well received. And this horse has the blood of both of them very prominently in his pedigree. So being by Dynasty, and his mother Sheena, who's by the legendary Lomitas, is a full sister to Silvano, and Sabiengo, who was also an international Group 1 performer. But obviously the Dynasty and Silvano blood has been very well tested in our country, and it's done very well. So he represents both, and he'll be a horse that's available at an affordable price, because he didn't quite get his athletic ability translated into a good track record. We got high hopes for this horse. I think he's going to do well, and obviously sometimes Dynasty and Silvano, if there's any drawbacks, they can sometimes throw horses on the light side or small side, but this horse is a very, very impressive specimen. He fetched 5.2 million rand as a yearling. We sold him at main chance at CTS Book 1 when I was still the racing manager there. So it's almost come a little bit full circle, and now I get to be involved with his stallion career. And we're having a launch next month near David's place, because he's going to be standing at Himmel and Arda, obviously. And I think the breeders and the racing public will be thoroughly impressed when they see him again. And he's gone to the farm. He'd have been there for a month, so he'll be starting to let down. And he's a truly impressive specimen.
Yeah, it certainly is a very, very good-looking horse indeed. And as you said, he's got the Dynasty, he's got the Silvano, and nothing really wrong with his racing career. And I think he's a lovely horse and something to get excited about. And you've sold some shares already, but you've still got some available. Yeah,
he's in syndication at the moment. Obviously, he's in that bracket where the smaller breeders will be, that like to take chance on new stallions, will be they taking up shares at I think we had 42,500 rand a share, and you get bonus nom in the first year as well, so you can send 2 mares, which is very competitive compared to other sires at the moment. And some of the bigger farms are coming on board as well, obviously with that pedigree that he has. So all about getting the mares in the support term, just like any stallion. And I think at the launch function we'll be tightening up a few more shares when breeders go out and see how he's looking at the farm.
Yeah, well, exciting times ahead. Justin, we hopefully will catch up with you and get the update on Horizon later on in the season. But thanks very much for taking the time to chat to us.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well, stallion manager John Freeman will be delighted about how his prospects and his stallions performed at the recent Cape Premier yearling sale, and he brings us an update on another one of his stallions in tonight's show. Let's cross over and find out more about this John Freeman stallion.
Karari himself, who's by Oasis Dream, was a Group 1 winner himself over 1.25 miles and had very good form over 1 mile as well. And he's gone down to South Africa, and you know, with the best will in the world, you wouldn't say South Africa's got the strongest mare population in the world. And he has very successfully moved up a lot of those mares. That's what we found. And in fact, Silvano has very much done the same. And we have one table that we run of stallions, sires that move their mares up. And of the active sires in South Africa, Karari and Silvano are 1-2 on that list. And when you flip it around and do the combined sire plus mare points that we do, Silvano is number 1 and Karari number 2 of the active sires in South Africa. So,
and this horse covered relatively ordinary mare.
Yeah, very definitely.
So obviously, with better mares, you can imagine he's going to have a more significant impact.
Yes, absolutely. No doubt as he gets better and better mares, and particularly the possibility of crossing Silvano mares onto Karari, which I'm sure Dr. Jacobs has been thinking about and is probably doing quite a bit of. That's very appealing, because Danzig on Nijinsky, which is what Silvano goes back to in his sire line, has always been a really, really successful cross. So I think as he gets better mares and as he gets more Silvano mares, it's the future is extremely bright. I wouldn't want to bet on any other horse in South Africa becoming champion sire in the next few years. I mean, it's got to be Karari. And the Apex system that we use takes all the runners in a given season or a given year, everything that runs, and we take the top 2% of those runners, and those are called A runners in any given season or any given year. So it's obviously quite a high standard, and it's determined in this case by earnings rather than by black type. That it is on that scale that Karari has done so well. It's like an average earnings index, but Apex takes out the one huge earner and just counts it as one good horse. So you don't get the distortions that you get in the average earnings index. Apex measures the frequency with which a sire is able to get runners that are in the top 2% of earners in whatever jurisdiction we're measuring.
Once again, it's Sun Met time, and so much hype going into that race. We had the Greenpoint Stakes, we've had the Lormorant's Queen's Plate, fantastic races throughout the season, culminating in the Sun Met. Also, the Bidvest Majorca, great to have Bidvest on board, and we also catch up with some of the other feature races on the card as well. The Breeding to Win team puts together a highlights package featuring some of the best horses South Africa has to offer.
Casimir's only got a length to make up and starting to move up towards the inside. Then comes Rebels, Champ Attenborough's further back in the field, Sergeant Hardy. It's Bold Respect and Casimir to fight it out, but Casimir has hit the front now with 100 to go in the Betting World Cape Flying Championship. It's Casimir, Trip to Heaven is flying home late, but Casimir's in command here, and Casimir's won it. From in second, Bold Respect, Search Party third, close for Pacific Trader or Trip to Heaven.
Helen's Ideal continues to roll along the inside, has the lead by a couple. Herodotus is in behind that. Atyab is trying to get into it behind those. They followed by Santa Clara is also trying to get in the race. Helen's Ideal is drifting out under pressure. Towards the outside, Atyab is coming home strongly, and deeper out, Charles is unwinding a run. Atyab has put his head in front. Charles is along the outside. Atyab and Charles, these the two. Atyab goes on to win it. Charles was back in second, tight for third. Herodotus along the inside. Bunker Hunt came flying up behind those. Helen's Ideal stopped late, and in behind them, Santa Clara. Front and centre now comes forward strongly up on the outside, and Clouds Unfold deeper out in the track is coming on well. Clouds Unfold has come forward to pick it up. Front and centre along the inside trying to come back for more, but it's Clouds Unfold with the advantage. Front and centre is rallying gamely, and Lady in Black has taken off down towards the inside, but Clouds Unfold came to the front at the right time to win it. Lady in Black gets up for second. They were then followed by Front and Centre, Fresno behind that and Snow Dance, Rose and Bloom further back in running. Then came Miyabi Gold. In behind that one, Love to Boogie.
All clear. Racing to a perfect beginning in the Sunbet from the 2,000 meter mark. Had Pantana just a little bit starved the mark. Do It Again is also dropping back shortly after the break, and so too Eyes Wide Open. Oh, Susanna has won the battle for the lead, and she shows the way. Head Honcho is whipping round her on the outside to go and set the pace. Made to Conquer is sitting on the heels of the early speed, and Milton in the orange colours is also on the move on the outside. Kampala Campari, the white cap, sitting on the inside of Double Mint. A length and a half to Tapper North. Then comes Undercover Agent. Legal Eagle is sitting towards the inside. They being followed by Do It Again, who's content to race back. One from last. Hat Pantana racing at the end of the line, and with about 1,200 metres left to go. It's Head Honcho that takes them onto the turn out of the back straight and leads the way a length and a half. Milton is now racing a clear second. Then comes Made to Conquer sitting in third. 2 lengths away, we got Oh Susanna, and she's easily 7 off the leader. Double Mint is racing next. Tapper North is 3 deep on the move. Then comes Kampala Campari. Rainbow Bridge is easily a dozen lengths off that leader, sitting on the inside of Undercover Agent. A length and a half to Tapper North. Then comes Legal Eagle. 2 lengths away, Do It Again. 3 lengths away, Hat Pantana going to whip them in. They stretched out as they straighten up in the Sunmet. Celebrated with GH Mum, and 550 metres left to go. Head Honcho says, come and catch me if you can. Kicked away and leads by 4 lengths. In second, we've got Oh Susanna. Deeper out, Undercover Agent. Do It Again in the yellow colours. Switched in for a run and starting to charge at the leader. But they're all got to get to Head Honcho with 200 metres left to go. He's 3 lengths in front. Rainbow Bridge out the back. He's absolutely flying. Head Honcho. Rainbow Bridge. He's cutting him back with each and every stride. Do It Again is flying. Rainbow Bridge is charging home. Best of all, Rainbow Bridge wins it. Do It Again, Head Honcho. Legal Eagle, Undercover Agent. Mission accomplished for Rainbow Bridge.
Well, that's a wrap from our show tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the wonderful festive season that we've had here in the Western Cape. Great racing, sales, a whole host of international visitors, and we look forward to catching up with them during the past couple of days before they head off back to the various jurisdictions. But from us here in the Breeding to Win team, we look forward to catching up with you next Sunday. From all of us, good night.